Good morning.
Morning.
Um,
Oh, it's good to see this many people. I thought more people would be having to head off to work this morning since it's a later start. But everyone's still here. Are you still in holidays, Nick?
no, it's the Monday and Tuesday studio days for me. So I
Ah,
can
okay. So you don't,
I can
yeah.
do I can do what I want with my timings on a Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday to Friday I'm out
Yeah.
because I've got to go to work. But yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I come to the Monday and Tuesday classes.
Yeah. Excellent.
I wish I was still on holiday.
Yeah. Yeah. Good to see you, Manuel.
Hello. Yeah, usually I have to bring the kids to school that the time you have the classes,
Yeah.
but this time works for me.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Good stuff.
But I really enjoyed all the other classes. I did it afterwards, then when I get home.
Yep. Fantastic.
Really cool.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Well, guess we'll stand up and do some training then, shall we? All right, that's looking good. Last class I got a little bit wrong and you could see my bar in front of the screen from this trampoline in front of me. Wasn't looking quite well enough, I think. All right. Can you tell me when it's 5 to 9? Thanks. All right, quick warm up. Arms out, shoulders back. Breathing in, lifting your arms up, stretching, 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 standing onto the balls of your feet, lifting up as tall as you can. And down the center. One of them's in the bathroom, and I assume the other one's somewhere in your bed because it wasn't on your foot when I picked you up. Oh, but the one in the bathroom might have some wee on it. In breath, reaching, and out breath. In breath. Out breath. Lifting up to the front. In breath. Still stretching up, but then letting your hands come down the back. Out breath. In breath. Out breath. In breath. Out breath. Open, close. Stick your bum out, push your chest up, look up, pull your shoulders back, pull your palms back, squeeze your shoulders back and down, and then fold it all into a ball. Breathe in, open everything out. Breathe out, close everything in. Hold your elbows up at shoulder height, like so. Keep your elbows where they are and push your palms up, breathing in. Push them back as far as you can, so not just to here, like really push them back. But notice the elbows, you're trying to leave the elbows more or less exactly where they are. Then do the reverse of that as you breathe out. Leave your elbows again where they are, but push your hands down, rotating the shoulders. Notice I'm not rolling the shoulders because that moves the elders, it moves the shoulders. I said, what did I just say? Holders and shoulders. Anyway, opening it up, breathing in, closing it down. So keep your elbows where they are. Really focus on just internally rotating the shoulders. Don't lift your shoulders up either. Keep them down. Breathing in. Breathing out. You'll feel all that area around your shoulders warming up. The rotator cuffs. The rotator cuffs are the most likely area ever to get damaged, like to strain or anything in your in any kind of training. So it's really important that you warm those up and exercise those. Make sure you're doing exercises that does that works on those. Things like large sensao, things like push hands uses the rotator cuffs to quite some degree. But if you find you've got any weakness in there, then it's good to do some standalone exercises as well. Just going through the full range of motion, breathing with the movement. And relax. Yeah, that's better. See, I've got a bit of a pinch in my left shoulder at the moment. I'm always having little shoulder issues with my left shoulder. I injured it a while ago. I made the mistake of showing this lady what not to do. She was doing something. But she was doing some grappling. That's right, we were doing some grappling work. So clinching in, but she was kind of like trying to get the other guy off balance by leaning backwards like this. I was like, don't do that, don't do that. So I said, okay, clinch me, lean backwards. And all I did was I just sort of took a step forward to show her that she's going to fall backwards. But I actually then lost my balance because I was showing her not to do that. I mean, the technique I would be doing would, of course, be coming forward and throwing her on the floor. But my intent was to sort of throw her off balance and then stop there. But she lost her balance so much and kept hold of my neck. From that position, we both went down. We weren't on mats. So, of course, I held her head with that hand and landed from that position, falling down with her weight as well in a one-armed plank. And, yeah, it hurt my shoulder a bit. Anyway, yeah, when I first did this movement in the morning, I could feel that little pinch, that little niggle. I couldn't lift my hands fully up. I didn't have full range of motion. Just doing that, warming up, getting some heat, getting some blood into those rotator cuff muscles. Now I've got full range of motion, no pinching, nothing happening in that movement. So always make sure with your own body. I, for example, would usually do rotator cuff warm-ups specifically before any other exercise that I do in the morning. I won't always do that in class because not everyone else in class has the same issues that I have. But for my own personal training, I will always do that. Now, I was a bit late getting up to class this morning, but usually what I do is, and this is what you should be doing for your own body, we've got class, right? So this is class. It's kind of generic for everyone, a bit of something for everyone kind of thing. Whereas I will usually get up, well, not get up, but start my training 15 minutes before class so that I can do my specific things unique to me, so that when I start the full body warm up for everyone, what is it, Gabby? Oh, good, I'm glad you found your ballet shoes. She's so polite coming in and whispering so she doesn't disturb me. Good girl, Gabby. Yeah, so, and anyway, if you have a particular problem, some warm-ups might not work so well because if there's a little impingement in there, something's trapped kind of thing. That one doesn't feel good, that one doesn't feel good, that one doesn't feel good, hanging off a button, that doesn't feel good. None of them feel good until you sort out that specific issue that you have. So of course you need to figure out what you need to do to sort out that specific issue that you have. And just do, maybe it only needs 5 minutes, like I just did there. Just doing that for 2 minutes that we did, that was all I needed this morning, and now my shoulders are all feeling perfectly good to do whatever we need to do following on. So yeah, pay attention to your own body when we're doing any of these movements, and if ever you feel something a bit trapped or not working properly, figure out what that problem is. Don't just go, oh, it'll go away eventually. 3 years down the road, you've still got it. Focus in on that specific thing. Okay, let's go into some lunging. Wriggling around. As usual, just wriggling, moving all the joints that you can from this position, switching sides, stretching through that back foot. Flexing and stretching that rear ankle, just moving it around a little bit. Elbow to knee, opposite knee, back up, elbow to the other knee. The weight's coming down to that side, not fully, but like 90% or so. Like so, back up, back up. Do it nice and slowly, of course. If you've got any kind of issues with your back or your neck or anything like that, if you're feeling like, oh, I just need to take it easy. I'm already feeling quite sprightly this morning because it's quite a late start, 8 o'clock. Even though I did use the time to sleep in because I've been getting up at 5:30 every morning. So I did have a nice sleep in, but because of that sleep in, and I went to bed early. I got to sleep until, 7:30? And I think I went to bed at about 9:30 or 10, so I got a really good sleep last night. So I'm feeling full of energy, and my body's feeling nice and limber because I slept well. Apart from waking up in the middle of the night and picking up Gabby and getting pissed on, but, that was the only hiccup. So if you feel like that, you can go... You've listened to your own body. If you feel like, oh, I feel good this morning, you can go into something a bit quicker. But sometimes I get up in the morning, maybe I didn't get much sleep, maybe, kids were waking up, whatever. You wake up, always do the first couple slow, because that'll give you a sense of, how does my body feel? And if it feels like, it's a bit cold and tight this morning, well, keep doing it slow until it warms you up. Okay. Let's do our pivot. So, pivoting on same exercise, but pivoting on the balls of the feet. Up. Okay. Pivot 135 degrees. Pivot on the standing leg and about 45 degrees pivoting on the rear leg. So we're going to pivot around on the balls of the feet. Put that front heel back down. Rear foot is still on the toe, like so. Rear foot is now facing front foot is now facing the rear corner. Like so. Back to the other side, pivot, place the heel back down. This foot is now facing that rear corner. If we call that in the north where we're facing, then the front leg is twisting out to the southeast, and then of course on the other side, out to the southwest. The rear foot, just pivot it around to where it feels natural for you. Once you've done that, do the same thing we just did of putting your elbow down to your knee. Again, just how far it feels comfortable. You might just do that. Just a light dip. That's fine, if that's your level of strength at the moment. If you can squat down lower, do that. Don't do this. This is not the exercise, leaning forward like that. You will lean forward, but make the main movement coming from the leg, you see? And then down. It's like a cross between the two. Bring it back up, pivot to the front, pivot, and drop. Rear hand squeezing out to the rear, remember, pinching that shoulder blade back into the spine, scapula to the spine. Down, Really feel it in that glute. It's one of the best glute exercises. Twisting down, really gets that focus in on that glute. And it's just such a beautiful full-bodied spiral that you will use in several of your Taiji and Bagua forms. And of course, if you can put that rear knee on the floor, then that's almost the full low position. Just do it, listen to your own body. Okay, double shoulder width. Turn one foot out. Keep one leg straight. Bend the other leg. Take your elbow down to the inside of your knee, or as close to as possible. So you might just go to here. You might just go to here. You might just go to here. Okay? Keep your weight on your heel of this leg. Keep your body facing the front. Don't close your body. Okay? Keep it open. Stand back up. Turn it in. Turn it out, squat to there, maybe that's okay for you, to there, or all the way down. All the way back up, listen to your body. Don't strain yourself. Down and back up. Down, facing the front, and back up. Down, back up. Down, and back up. Keep it going. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Relax. Link your fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out, push your shoulders forward, round your back. Really stretch into it, then breathe in. Lean forward just a fraction. Spine straight, palms up in front of your head. So trying to get your elbows up by your ears kind of thing. Breathe out, breathe in. Standing up, again, shoulders nice and high. Pulling them back down as you breathe out. Elbows and fingers on the wall behind you kind of thing. And then relax. Same thing again, in breath. Breathe in again as we come up. Breathe out. Breathe in, standing up. Breathe out. Okay, we'll just do a quick one on the floor. So crawl yourself forward. Shall we crawl forward today? Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay, so coming down, stretching your hamstrings a little on the way down. Da, 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 da. Walk yourself forward. Okay. Just relaxing in that position. Walk yourself backwards. Walk yourself forward. As you're coming forward like this, obviously the more forward you go, the more pressure there'll be on your hands. Yeah? So if you get to this point, you're like, oh, that's hard on my hands. Just put one knee down, not both yet, just one knee down. And see if you can walk forward a bit more and get into that front position with one knee on the ground. If you really can't handle even that, then put both knees on the ground. You're still getting some pressure, a fairly decent amount of pressure, in fact, on your palms. So if you're really out of shape, then use your knees to take that pressure away. Okay, and then of course, walk back, lift up one knee, keep walking, lift up the other knee, keep walking,
until you can get all the way back to here with your bum on the wall, and then come forward again. Of course, if you are strong enough, then keep your knees off the floor. Okay, you're going to bring one foot forward. If you can, try to keep it off the ground as it comes forward, okay? So lift it up and place it down here. Of course, that's difficult, so if you need to kind of slide it up, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Just try to get the foot as far forward as you can in one step. Maybe it gets to here, and then, then kind of shuffle it up the rest of the way. So try to get it as far forward as you can, so you're strengthening all these lifting muscles, right? Okay, your foot's pointed out at 45 degrees from where you're facing. And we're sinking through the front foot. We're pointing that rear toe, stretching through that rear hip. Opening all of that up. Turn towards your front leg. So you're getting that stretch now right over the side of your hip, your bottom hip. And of course the front leg, you're getting a bit of a stretch through the glutes here. Back to the front. Sinking through that leg. If you want to go lower, if you feel like more of a stretch, you can put your elbows on the floor. But don't do that if it's too much pressure for you. And come back up. Flip it around to the other side. So I'm standing on the ball of my standing leg and opening up all the way down through here. Wriggling around on that leg, moving from bending the leg as we usually do, straightening the leg, bending the leg, just varying that stretch, and then crawl your body. So try to keep as low as you can. Doesn't matter if you do come up, but try to keep your body low as you crawl forward into that same position on the other side. Okay, so again, front foot turned out, point your rear toe, and sink, lengthen into that back leg, sinking into that front leg, wriggling around, opening up all the joints, warming up, waking up all the muscles. And turn to the front. Turning to that front leg, squeezing in, getting that stretch coming down through that upper glute and the lower side of the hip region through the core, stretching through there. Back to the front. Drop it down to your elbows only if you're able to, if it feels comfortable to do so. It doesn't have to feel comfortable, it can feel uncomfortable because stretching past your tight spots will feel a bit uncomfortable usually, but so long as it's not hurting you, it doesn't feel like you're injuring yourself and causing more issues. Back up, flip it around to the other side, standing on the ball of the foot, stretching into the hamstrings, opening all that region up, bending the knee, waking that area up, straightening the knee, bending the knee. Come into a double shoulder width, both feet pointed out, like so. That's not part of the exercise, I'm just turning to face you. Elbows pushing the knees out, so you're really getting that nice wide open stance, feeling the stretch. You might want to put some weight on your hands to alleviate the pressure from your legs. So use your hands as much as you feel you need to. If you don't need to, then just sit there like so, opening up your hips. Bring your feet back in. To a natural squat. Push your bum up first. Stretching your hamstrings, relaxing your back. So letting your back hang down. And then straighten your spine. Relax your spine. Straighten your spine. Relax your spine. Keep it going. Breathing in as you're coming straight. Breathing out as you're bending down. Remember, if this is too difficult, you can do the whole thing, straightening and relaxing your spine, but just from an upper position. So standing here, relaxing the spine, straightening the spine. It's the same exercise, using all the same muscles, just less pressure on the body comparatively to being down here. So you might even start here, and then if I'm doing a few more reps than you can handle, you can come up a little bit. That's the great thing about video classes. There's not a bunch of other students looking at you, so you don't feel like, oh, I'm the one doing it the weaker way. Not that that should ever matter, but some people do care what other people think about them. And then roll your spine up all the way, breathing in. And that should have us nice and warm for the day. Okay. We're going to start the next session with an exaggeration of brush knee twist step. I've explained before in the previous classes, you can take postures from your Taiji form and exaggerate certain elements of them to get more physical mobility and strength happening through those postures. That doesn't mean that's how you do the form itself. The form is a chigong. Its focus is doing the movements as a chigong. However, you can take certain movements and do them in a more physical sense. Okay? I mean, technically, you could do the whole form with this idea of elongating the movements to get more of a physical workout through the form. I've never actually tried to do the whole form with this mindset. I think because when I'm doing the whole form, because of the flow of the movements and because I'm used to doing them as a Qigong, I might start out kind of elongating and stretching the movements out a little more, but eventually the natural flow of the movements starts to want me to move more internally than externally. So yeah, I've never actually tried to do the entire form in that way. Certainly done the whole form in a large frame, but not an accentuated large frame. What I mean by that is you're taking movements, in some cases, past their connected point. So the example I would give would be this one. Here, I can stretch to there and still feel like strong and connected. But if I go out to here, that's totally disconnecting my arms from my body. That doesn't feel like a strong position where I could issue force through my body. But it's a great chest opening exercise, okay? So you've got to look at what purpose you are doing each movement for. Yes, Gabby? You can't use the trampoline right now because the camera is up there, okay? No, because the camera, you'll knock the camera over. Well, you can do it when I finish my class, okay? All right? Okay, so we're going to do brush knee twist step. Brush knee twist step, this one is actually not so much just, it's not really exaggerating the move, it's just doing a variation on the move by adding two movements together to create this lovely stretch before the release and the pickup of the knee. Okay, no more questions, girls. You can stay in here, but you need to be quiet, okay? All right, so we're going to do brush knee twist step. We all know brush knee twist step, yeah? From there, like so, we're going to do the stepping through variation of brush knee twist step. So we're here like so, we're going to do the hold the ball to the right, pick the knee up, kick the child in the face, put your foot down. And did you like that joke, Gabby? And then through, and then just repeat it, boom and boom. The difference is we're going to do an extra posture between each movement. Between the halfway point of the movement. So we're going to turn out to hold the ball, same as usual. But from this position, in that stance, we're going to do spreading the weave as well. Watch this. There's spreading the weave. So we normally do spreading the weave from stalk, spread, swings, don't we? We do it here to the front. Now this variation, where we go to the rear, we twist the body out to the rear. Then we come into the first brush knee twist step. So we're going to do that same movement, but of course the rear foot will be back here while we're doing it, giving this lovely spiraling twist through the back foot and this lovely twist through the spine. Twisting, twisting, twisting. And then you're going to roll that foot up and lift it up, bring it over and into your normal brush knee. Place it down, come through. Again, hold the ball, turn the foot out. Twist it over, the rear heel's just starting to come up. Really feeling this stretch, milking that stretch through the rear leg, and then bring that hand over, roll that foot up and pick it up, making sure, as usual, you pick that foot straight up here. You do not bring it across your body. So let's try that a few times. I'm going to do it coming towards you first. Let's get these weights out of the way. So I'm going to follow you up. So I would recommend you treat me like a mirror. So if I go this way, you go that way. I'm going on my left side, you'll be going on your right side. Okay, then I'll turn around and come back this way. You can follow me back. Okay, so stand a few steps back from your camera so you can walk towards your camera or your screen. Okay, so hold the ball to the side. Oh, sorry, one last thing. While you're doing this, however you do brush knee twist step, whether you put in that little extra strike or do a little shake there, or any of that stuff, you can put that in. I'm just doing it the super simple way for those who may not be familiar with the posture. So I'm just going, hold the ball, twist to the rear, feeling the stretch through the rear leg, bring this hand over, missing this box here, lifting the foot up, brushing the knee. Lift that right up nice and high to hip height, tuck your pelvis under, stand nice and strong, place your foot down with your center open to the left or to the side, whatever side that is, and strike through. Remember, on brush knee twist step, your rear foot is not facing out to the corner, your rear foot is turned in just a bit more than usual to allow your hips to move for brush knee twist step. So, turn it around. That's for the stepping through versions of brush knee twist step, not all brush knee twist steps, just to clarify. Spreading the weave, stretch, stretch, stretch. Make sure your weight's going down through the heel of that front foot. Stretching that rear leg, twisting the spine, and then roll that foot up as you turn back to the front. Keep your foot out wide. In breath. Place your foot down, keeping your center open, and out breath. See, that rear foot's going to drag in to about 22.5 degrees. So it's just, halfway between the corner and the front-ish, something like that. That way, when we turn out for this movement, the hip won't collapse, the knee won't collapse, the ankle won't collapse. Roll it out, stretching, stretching, stretching. Release. Oh, my stuffing is coming today. I just saw my new kick bag in the corner there. It's a lovely kick bag, looks really nice. I really like the shape of it. I'll show you all when I get it set up. Turn, hold the ball, stretch, twist. But it wasn't quite stuffed enough for my liking. It's a bit too soft. So I've ordered some more stuffing. I'm going to stuff that bag in. And then maybe in these classes, we can start doing a little bit more, occasionally doing some punching work, punching and kicking. Again, hold the ball, twist as far back as you can. Don't just, twist to here, twist as far, twist, 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 and then release. Again, the focus here is on stretching and opening your body, as opposed to like, oh, but I need to feel the natural flow into the next move. You know, it should still flow quite nicely, but that's not where the focus is right now with this movement. The focus is on, so you might even kind of pause there a little bit, like stretch and twist. Oh, that's nice. Hold it for a moment and then release that through, picking up that front foot, placing the foot down and coming through. I'm going to twist back around, head back this way. So just take a few more steps back from your screen so you can follow me down the other way. All right, so that's giving you an idea of doing those kind of things. So you can play around with that. I mean, I give you lots of different ideas. We've done already 2 or 3 other postures during these classes, or of accentuated movements. But there's nothing wrong to play around with different movements and say, oh, how could I turn that movement into a stretch? Or how could I get a bit more muscle workout from that movement? There's nothing wrong with doing that. Just don't make it change your form. Your form is your form. There's a reason the form is done the way the form is done. I won't go off on another random rant on that, but don't say, oh, well, Eli Montague said I can do what I want with my form, so I'm going to do my form this way. No, treat it as this is a separate exercise based on the movement of the form. Always say it's based on the movement of the form posture, okay? Especially if you're a teacher. Otherwise, your students get confused. They're, oh, okay, yeah, we're just doing an exercise based around that movement. That's cool. But if you say, we're going to take the movement of the form and practice it in repetition, then do it differently, they're going to be confused. So make sure they understand. And for your own sake, make sure that as well. Okay. I think what we should do now, let's see, we've got 15 minutes. I kind of feel like doing the form now, actually. I'm in form mode. But what we'll do is, to give a certain flavor of the form, we're going to stick with that flavor we've just been doing, but doing the form now. So I don't want you to add any extra movements to your form like we've just done now. That's a variation on the technique. We're going to go through the first third of Yang Luchan's form. We'll do it on the left side. And we're going to do it as large as possible without breaking the rules of that technique. So that means, you know, hold the ball, that technique is here. Sort of, this is where the technique is. If I go hold the ball somewhere out here, well, that's completely changing the movement. Or, I don't know, the opening move. Okay, that's about as big as I can do it. I can't do it bigger than that. If I sort of go, well, that completely changes the whole sensation of what's happening in that movement, the activation of meridians, the structural movements. Everything about that posture completely changes its intent by doing that. So that's the thing we don't want to do. So make it as large as possible whilst adhering to the movements of the form. Obviously, you can just keep an eye on me and think, okay, so that's sort of how it should be done at its largest possible size. When you're doing things like leg lifts, like brush knee twist step, really pick that leg up. Again, so that knee is up at hip height, and you're not sort of brushing your leg down here. Sink as low as you possibly can without damaging your body. So don't go so low, that you lose structure and lean forward and kink your neck or anything like that. So keep your structure. Or if you're feeling any like excessive pain, like sharp pain in the knee or really tense in the ankles, listen to your body, okay? But do it as strongly, as deeply. When you do opening movements, such as single whip, you know, not in here like this, but open it out. Stretch your body out. See? This, look at this posture here. Small frame. Large frame. Bring it all bigger. Okay? There are so many different things your body can achieve by doing the movements large or doing them really, really small. So there are variations on the form. One is not right or wrong, one is not better or worse. It's different ways of doing it to produce different sensations, different developments in your body. Okay, so we're going to start left side. And think large thoughts. Okay, so we're going to breathe in. Your breath even, big breaths. Really full breaths. All the way down. Big breath out to the side. Big movements, breathing out. Sink, extra low. Extra reach, really reach that foot forward, 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 forward. Place the heel and pung. Turn your right foot in 1 inch or 2 inches, something about there. Sink, sink, sink. Reach, reach, reach. Big hands, big feet. And double pung. You know what they say about big feet in Taiji. Open it out. Open it up and chi. Swinging it back. Again, just larger movements, twisting a little bit further to the side than usual and come crashing down. Brushing the hands, again, opening out a little bit bigger than usual. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. And lifting your palms up a little bit higher than usual and sinking them down. Open the center, close the center. Fishes in 8, this is a nice one. Bring it out, buttercup. Boom. Suck it in and push it out. Single whip, nice big upward movement, big downward movement. And push that hook through the circle. Boom. Breathe in. Sink, 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 reach, reach, reach. Place the heel and forward. Open it out. Big. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Forward. Pull them in. And backwards as you poke out. Sink back. Nice big large hands here. Strike forward. Left fingers. Right palm. Left palm. Big open size. Turn it into the front. Start to gather the energy in. Again, slightly bigger waist movements than usual. Slightly bigger hand motion. So my hand is going right down from my groin up to my upper chest. Still got that light rocking of the weight forward and backwards. The weight shift stays the same. You do not exaggerate this weight shift. That's important. Don't start going like this with your weight shift. This breaks a very important principle about this movement. Do not do it. Just, you can exaggerate the hands, you can exaggerate the waist, but the weight shift is forward and back. It's a rocking sensation. Coil it all up and release it out. Big hands out to the side, big foot, or a Sasquatch if you want. Again, little rock forward. Don't push too much weight forward there. Sinking down. Sink, reach the foot, push into that shoulder. Stork spreads wings. Lift that top hand up a little bit higher than you usually would. Everything is a little bit more open. Blocking with that left hand, striking out with the right hand. Nice large actions. Same to the rear, block with the right hand, strike with the left hand. Turn your left toe in an inch. Pick up that foot, nice and strong. Tuck your pelvis, sink your standing leg. Stand up strong. Place that foot down, reach, stretch that leg out when you place it, and come forward. Roll that rear foot. And then press your palms down as you sink into your rear leg. Nice wide, strong hands. Scoop your fingers under as you lift up your foot, lifting the palms, breathing in. Again, big movement and out breath. Breathing out all the way down. In breath, out breath into the strike. Again, just a nice, strong, solid movement here. Same thing as before. Stretch that leg out when you place it and forward. Now we're doing the forward steps like we did earlier as the warm-up, only this time the proper versions. So hold the ball, grab the shoulder. You're still getting that stretch, you're just not twisting out to the rear, and then straight up to there like so. Place the foot down and forward. Same again. Roll the rear foot. Get ready for play guitar. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Really flex your toes. Straighten your knee. Reach your hip out. Coming into the final movements. Again, stretch that leg out. Coming into our gathering again. Just like the previous gathering, the hands can be bigger, the center twisting can be bigger, but the weight shift forward is still just that sort of 10 to 20%, just a light rocking into that front foot. Keeping the toes up in the air. And then take that horizontal circle, change it to a vertical circle as you draw your knife from your pocket. Step forward and stab. Hold the really big baby. Drop your hands down. Squeeze it forward. Open it out. Left palm, right palm. Then right palm strikes to the front. Circle those hands in as you sit back. Open everything out. Big as you can without plonking into it. And up. Stand there for a moment, breathing. And then straighten your knees as you push down. Catch the energy under your palms. Take your foot out to shoulder width into your lower chigong position. Relax your body down. Focus on that pelvis, just being loose down there, just letting go. Like it's kind of wobbly underneath your spine. It shouldn't feel fixed in that position. Of course it is fixed, I mean, as in that you're not moving, you're standing where you are. But it feels like if someone were to come and bump into you, your pelvis would kind of... It would move like a wobbly ball. And then it's sort of like one of those dolls that you can't push over, you know? So that's how your pelvis should feel. If you feel, okay, now I feel tight all around here. Someone bumps into me, it feels like this. Instead of, it should feel loose. Loose and relaxed. The whole body should feel like this. The shoulders, the head. Someone comes, punches me in the face. The head rolls, the shoulders roll. Everything should feel just loosely held in that position rather than rigidly held in that position. Slowly let your hands come out to the sides. Straighten your legs up, cross your hands, put your left palm on your dantian, right palm for women, and the other hand on top. Press in. Do a little pressing circle. And then open your hands out and strike into your dantian. Nice. Nick's showing us his sausage this morning.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
dash hound.
Yeah. Corn the sausage.
Oh, that was nice. How did you find that? Larger form.
Good.
Nice.
Australian answers. Good, mate. So how did you feel? Tell me about your feelings. Yeah, good, mate. Any questions about any of that? Yep.
Not so much related to what we're doing, but just that little bit at the end where you open up your hands and then
Yep.
kind of push. Could you just talk? I don't really know. I've seen you do that a couple of times, but I've never been taught that. I'm just interested what it's doing, the purpose of it.
It's the same as when we cross the wrist behind the back and lift our legs up after qigong.
Yeah.
That's a locking. It's a closing qigong. It's a closing, locking everything in type of thing. You can do it after any qigong, any work you've done. You can do it after your normal standing qigong if you want. I normally find I feel more like doing that version after doing a more yang something. So that form was obviously bigger and stronger, so it was a bit more yang, and so it just feels like that. Oof. Because it's kind of like a little. Hang on, just 1 second, Clara. I've got to stand up and just show something in a minute. Doing a Fa Jing movement kind of closes in the body when you do it. Although it releases energy out, it also sucks energy in when you do Fa Jing, to some degree, anyway. So what you're kind of doing there, you're doing like a little Fa Jing type movement, but it's all coming in. There's no release of that movement. So yeah, you're literally just bringing your hands into your center, like so. I like to just relax by just sort of massaging the dantian just gently first, just sort of pressing in like so. And then it's not like a slamming strike. You'll notice how I did it. I just kind of, the left hand, I actually keep the left hand on, but see how I'm concaving the hand? So it's like the fingertips and the edge of the palm, so there's a big hole there, just like that. And then, so there's only that much to go when I hit into it. Same with the other hand, it just kind of does the same sort of concaving thing. And then, so you see, so you will still hear a little slap there, but it's no more than that. It's just a boom into the body. And it just sort of, yeah, if you, those of you who have been training for a long time, if you finish a form, like there's the end of the form, it kind of, no, I don't want to stop yet. I don't feel like it's finished. I feel like almost, okay, the best example I can give is, when you brush your knee, you're sort of halfway through a form, and I don't know, the door rings or something and you have to stop, right? For whatever reason, you have to stop and go and sort something out. It's like, oh, I don't want to stop because it's like it's severing your flow. You don't want to just jump out of it. If you feel like you can do your form and you're halfway through and you can just, yeah, whatever, go over here and do something, and you don't feel anything, well, you're not at an internal level yet. You're still just doing the form at a physical level, which is fine. That's how most beginners will be doing it for many years sometimes before they really get into it. Other people have a natural knack and they feel that internal thing quite early on, depending on what they've done previously. But yeah, so that sort of same feeling, even at the end of the form, I still feel kind of like, yeah, I haven't, it's like leaving the home without locking the door. I feel like, oh, I don't really want to leave it like that, leave it all open like that. So I'm just, All right, yeah, now I'm strong. It's like you're locked in and you're tight and you're ready for anything else that might happen. And this, you see, what's that doing when you're lifting your legs? It's compressing and squeezing all of these muscles around this area. So we're locking in by using the legs as weight to squeeze this area, or using the hands that causes this area to squeeze as well. Because of course when you hit your belly's not relaxed. If you whack your belly, you'll wind yourself, you see. So of course your belly does a bit of iron shirt movement when you do that variation. And so, yeah, it just kind of locks everything in.
Cool. Thanks, Eli.
No worries. Any other questions? No? All good? Cool. All right, well, what have we got? Tomorrow morning is Bagua session, the first Bagua session, where we're going to start from scratch like we've been doing with small sensao and Yang Luchan form last week. So Tuesday morning, 6 a.m., we'll be starting the circular form. So that focus of that class each week will be the circular form and, of course, the walking of that form. We'll still do a bit of, warming up and body mobility and that kind of thing, but the practice part will be that. And then Tuesday evening, what's on Tuesday? Small Sansao on Tuesday evening. So tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. So tomorrow we've got 6 a.m. Bagua form, 8 p.m. Small Sansao. And just to give you a heads up, I'll let you know like the day before as well, but this week there is no Thursday morning session. Okay, because I've got to drive to Heathrow to pick my mum up. She's coming back from Australia, so I've got to get up at like 4 o'clock and go and pick her up from the airport.
There's just 3 more.
Just three more days. Wow, until Grandma gets here.
Yeah, because I saw on the paper I did one.
Oh, have you got a little calendar? You're rubbing it down till Grandma gets here.
Like
She's
one
counting
to
down
go
the days
to.
till Grandma gets here. Grandma's been away for a few months in Australia, so everyone's missing Grandma, aren't we? All right, guys, thank you all so much for joining me live.
I want to show them that I got.
Okay, show them you've got binoculars.
Very nice.
You got those for your last birthday, was it?
Birthday
Or
for
Christmas or
when I
something?
was 5.
When you turned 5. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, thank you very much, guys. Hope to see you tomorrow. See you later.
Bye.